In today's video, we'll be exploring the different ways you can determine the product that you'll be bringing to your clients in the most efficient and productive way. If you're looking for a new product to launch, or you just graduated from fashion school or tailoring school and looking for a new niche to serve, this is just the video for you. So stick to the end of the video for all the little tips. This is the third video in the series, so if you haven't seen the first two on pricing and place, please give them a watch and I will link them in the description box below. Let's get started. Hi, I'm Kaidza and I am your fashion business coach. So if you're new here, this is the channel for entrepreneurs who are looking to grow and maximize their African fashion businesses. Please give the subscription and the notification bells a click so you keep updated on every video we upload on the channel, which happens every Sunday. There's one crucial thing you need to make sure that your business is successful, and that is the best product for your client. So before you start selling things to people, there are a few factors to consider if your business is to be successful. It's important that your products have these two characteristics. The first is that your product needs to fulfill a need in the market. So the question to ask yourself is, does my product fulfill a need? Do people need what I'm creating? Would you sell milk to a dairy farmer? Probably not. But if the dairy farmer is lactose intolerant and can't drink the milk he's producing, and you sell almond milk or soy milk, then yes, you can sell milk to a dairy farmer. Similarly, when you have a product in the market, even though other people are producing the same product, the secret is to differentiate your product from other people to create a need if there wasn't one to begin with. So, the first characteristic, before you decide on your product, make sure there is a need for it. The second is features and value creation. So every product has to have a characteristic that separates it from the competitors. Does your product have a special feature? Maybe you make wedding dresses with pockets in them so that the bride can bring along her camera phone on her big day. That is a special feature that many other people don't consider. So you can use that to differentiate yourself from your competitors as a special feature on your products. You can use that as a marketing point to say, hey, my wedding dresses have pockets for your phones, so you don't have to give your phone to your bridesmaids or your newly wedded husband to put in their pockets. You can do it in your own wedding dress because I create dresses that can do just that. That's a feature of your designs, and that's a feature of your product that creates value. To have a great product in the market, they have to have two characteristics, and the first one is they have to fill a need, and second, they need to create value. If you get nothing else from this video, at the very least, your product should fill a need and create value. Now that you have a product that fills a need and creates value, and that is a wedding dress that has pockets in them, this product item will have to have three main elements that need to be focused on. And these are the brand, the packaging, and the associated services. Before you can define these elements, you need to have clearly defined the first two characteristics of your products. The first element is the brand, which I think is the most important of the three. What about your wedding dress with pockets is going to set you apart from all the other designers who make wedding dresses? What about your branding? What about the cut and the sew and the characteristics that your wedding dress will embody is going to set you apart? That is the branding. You have to make sure that across the board, across all your products, the branding is the same and the branding reflects you as a designer, you as a tailor. And if you'd like me to make a separate video on these three elements of branding, packaging, and the associated services, please leave a comment below and I'll be happy to oblige. The second element, being packaging, is what after your product is done, after your wedding dress with pockets is finished and it's a masterpiece, it's beautiful, right? How will you present it to your client? Are you just going to be just, you know, giving it to them in a trash bag? Are you going to be giving it to them in a branded bag? Are you gonna just leave it for them to carry around and put it to go into a minibus or a matatu or whichever way of transportation they're going, like with the dress hanging open? This is something you need to consider when you are presenting the finished products to your clients, so the whole experience is wholesome. So packaging is also very important, especially if you're making wedding dresses, because this is part of this client's special day. You want to make sure they feel special throughout their interaction with you. So packaging the finished product is something that you need to consider to make sure that you set yourself apart from your competition. At the very end, you cultivate this clientele that is willing to pay the extra for that experience. And the third element, being the associated service, is also comes hand in hand with branding and packaging. So the associate service could be in the form of free adjustments or free fittings, and whatever you can make the experience of your client even better. So it doesn't have to be something crazy expensive or crazy elaborate, but the little things that you can do out of your way to make your client happy will multiply eventually. The payback will be more because you're creating a relationship that's meant to last with your client. Sure, they won't be getting married 3, 4, 5 times, but they will be a willing ambassador of your brand to other people. So they'll be willing to recommend you to friends and family, and that is worth its weight in gold. Like any other creation, your product will go through a life cycle that you need to be considerate of. There will be 4 major phases of the life cycle of your product, and the first being the introduction, which is customarily a very slow and painful process because it's very slow to start growing a following or to try to grow a clientele based on a new product that nobody has ever tested before. So the introduction phase is very difficult and very slow. Second phase of your product would be the growth phase, where it's established and the word is out and people are loving your products and everybody's coming towards your store, your label for more. Now, this phase can be a little bit challenging, especially when you don't have the systems in place to help you produce faster and to keep the quality of your products. You want to make sure that throughout each phase of your product that you maintain the quality, or else you're going to lose your clients. So the growth phase is where everybody's looking to be. Everybody wants the demand of their products to grow, but you should also be advised that with this phase you need to have the proper foundations laid in order to not disappoint your clients. The third phase of your product will be the maturity. This is where it starts to plateau, when all the other designers have woken up to the fact that people want wedding dresses with pockets in them, and they start producing wedding dresses with pockets in them. So this is the maturity phase, where the product is ubiquitous in the market. It's something common, everybody does. So there's nothing really differentiating your product with the other products that's already starting to flood the market based on your idea. It's a sorry state, it's a sorry phase to be in, because now you're starting to realize my products aren't as effective or as popular as they are because now the market is flooded with new things. So the maturity phase is where people start wondering, oh my goodness, am I gonna go out of business? Everybody else is copying my stuff. What am I supposed to do? Don't worry, there is a few things that you can do, because the next phase, which is the decline phase, is even worse. So the decline phase, that's the 4th phase, is when the sales start to go downwards. Now the pockets are out of fashion in wedding dresses, or nobody wants them. This is year 2050 and you can now take pictures with your eyeballs, okay? So nobody needs pockets for their phones anymore. Now the sales of your wedding dresses with pockets are on the decline. What are you going to do? It's important to understand that each product you produce, each item you produce will go through these 4 phases, and the faster and the earlier you prepare for each phase, the better you are to stay in the market and compete with other labels and compete with other producers of similar goods. Now that we're familiar with the 4 phases that our product goes through, we need to be able to stay ahead of each phase. So once you introduce your new product, you want to start thinking about what about the growth phase, and put mechanisms in place that will help you be able to better serve your client when the next phase comes through. And when your product matures, you want to be thinking about the next thing that you can create, the next product that will fill a need and create value. You got it. It means it's going to be a constant cycle. You should never be comfortable when you're producing products that you're passionate about, because once you say, oh, I found the best product for my business, guess what? In 10 years time, that won't be the case. So you need to keep learning, and your products need to keep evolving to stay ahead of the curve and to stay ahead of the market. You want to be the visionary of the market, so you need to stay vigilant of what's going on also. Before I go any further, please comment below with yes if it makes sense. If this video makes sense to you and you're going to employ these methods in finding the new products for your venture, please comment yes below. In summary, for any product to be successful, it has to 1. Satisfy the needs of the client, 2. Be of the right quality to allow for high price points, 3. Be of low cost in delivery and production to allow for higher profit margins, 4. It needs to be durable and attractive in its appearance to match the branding and the price, 5. You need to be able to stimulate new needs and unidentified desires. Be sure to check out the specialization video, and you can find the link in the description box below if you want to see whether or not having one particular type of specialization works for you. Check out the other marketing mix videos in the series right here and here, and link will also be in the description box.